Good morning, everyone, and welcome to SASA's fourth annual virtual conference, Opening the Ancient World. My name is Nguyen, and as SASA's conference team co-lead and one of the organizers, I would like to express how happy we are to have all of you join us today and tomorrow. This year's conference theme is Representations of the Past in Ancient and Modern Times. I'm going to spend the next several minutes giving some introductory remarks, after which we will move on to our first session. First, I will introduce myself and our virtual conference team members. And next, David Danzig, SASA's founder and executive director, will explain what SASA is and give you a taste of our goals and programming. Finally, we will explain the conference's format, where it is being live streamed, and how you can participate. Again, my name is Nguyen. I hold a PharmD from the University of Connecticut and an MA in Egyptology from the University of Manchester. I've been a part of SASA since 2021, and this is the third year that I'm helping with the virtual conference team. I am also a board member and the newsletter editor for the New York chapter of the American Research Center in Egypt, and a member of the South SSC Conservation Project, currently excavation at Luxor. This year's conference is supported by a generous grant from the Wenner Grant Foundation, and I'm excited to announce that the grant enabled SASA to implement live interpretations into both Spanish and Arabic during this conference. This greatly expands the diversity of attendees and helps SASA continue our mission of promoting the study of the ancient world and inspiring a wide, inclusive community of scholars, learners, and students. I would also like to thank Interprenet, who is partnering with us over the next 2 days to provide live translation. This year's conference could not have happened without the amazing work and dedication of my virtual conference team members. First, Julie Levy, SASA's managing director, has helped us lead the virtual conference team and organize the Archeo Gaming special session that is taking place tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't RSVP'd for this session yet, I strongly encourage you to do so, and you can do so on our virtual conference website. We also have Mamie Kerr, who is the team co-leader and is an art historian and visual art scholar, writer, and curator. With her background in art, she will be moderating tomorrow morning's art and aesthetics session. I would also like to thank Razan and Andy, who have been instrumental in helping us translate the conference materials in Arabic and Spanish, and for facilitating outreach with our new partners. Andy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone, my name is Andy. I am an intern here at SASA. I assisted in the virtual conference, and I graduated from UCI in 2023 with a degree in business economics and psychology with a minor in history. But yeah, I'm excited to have you all here today.
Thank you, Andy. And lastly, I would like to introduce David Danzig, SASA's founder and executive director. Hi, everyone, I'm back. David had a couple of technical difficulties, so I'm going to take over and do part of his introduction for him while we wait. So David has started SASA over 3 years ago, and in that time, we've had the wonderful pleasure of benefiting from the time and effort of over 300 volunteers and interns. The mission of Save Ancient Studies Alliance is to promote ancient studies in order to reverse the current downward trend in the study of the ancient world. And by building a grassroots movement through outreach, collaboration, accessibility, and public scholarship, we work towards our goal of inspiring a wider, inclusive community of learners and students. SASA's projects and programs are based in 7 strategic areas, which we call the SASA ARC. By working on each of these areas, we are revitalizing ancient studies as a vibrant, inclusive, accessible, and widespread area of knowledge, study, and engagement. First, we have Know What You Know, which is educational sociology and marketing research about ancient studies. Next, raising awareness and generating interest in the ancient world, highlighting the value of ancient studies as our source of knowledge for the ancient world. Third, we're supporting education by supporting formal and informal ancient studies learning at all educational levels. Fourth, we're increasing accessibility by increasing access to ancient studies for all. And we do this by providing a lot of free programs and classes to the members of the public. Fifth, by forming an alliance, we encourage ancient study fields to come together and make public outreach and to grow to our work in addition to teaching and scholarship. This one of the wonderful things about a virtual conference such as this weekend, where we have scholars from different backgrounds and areas of ancient studies come together and contribute their research to a common theme. Sixth, we're re-envisioning post-education scholarship, and by creating a wider inclusive community of ancient studies scholars and students, and we're able to integrate people of all backgrounds. And lastly, advocacy, and we help advocate on behalf of departments and institutions that are experiencing difficulties.
Hi, Ann. Thanks for the assistance there. Sorry, my Zoom just crashed, everybody. This is why you have backups. Always a little choppy getting started this conference, but everything's working well now. Thank you all for being here. Over the next 2 days, interspersed between our wonderful academic presentations, you'll learn about the many projects SASA is working on to attack the problem on each of these 7 fronts. Our archaeogaming education program was supported this past year by the New Jersey Council for the Humanities and the initiative Humanities for the Public Good of the University of North Carolina. We have completed 6 modules which have been used in middle school programs across the United States and have just received more funding from NGHCH to work on 2 more modules. And actually, I'd like to announce that the National Endowment for the Humanities has just awarded us a grant to support our work in making archaeogaming education modules for the undergraduate level and piloting them in 3 community colleges across the country. Our free online reading groups were supported this summer by a grant for the Gladys Kriebel-Dellens Foundation and featured topics ranging from the Mesopotamians to the Vikings to the Aztecs. Participants come from around the world, and I think there's still a few reading groups running. You can go sign up for them right now. Our Ancient Studies Resources database covers websites with excellent content about ancient cultures and on all continents across the world. It has over 1,400 vetted websites and counting. Our free online events have attracted thousands of participants, and we're working on starting up some new projects, including our mentorship program for high school seniors and college freshmen and sophomores, which we aim to begin this fall. I encourage you to read our 3rd annual report on our website to learn more about the wonderful things SASA has been doing. Now, I'd like to explain a little bit about the SASA virtual conference. This 4th year, we're all happy to have you, and we think it's going to reach an even wider audience than before. The conference is intended for all ancient studies scholars and anyone interested in the ancient world. In presenting an academic conference in an open access online format, advertised as widely as we can, we have 3 goals in mind: to hold an academic conference freely available to the public, to foster discussion and action regarding public outreach and scholarly inclusiveness, to present and support excellent scholarship by independent scholars across the world in order to continue building a joint community of scholars, including both those whose occupations are inside in academia and those who are outside of academia. As An mentioned before, the topic of this year's conference is representations of the past in ancient and modern times. Let me explain what that means a little bit. While the issues of reception, representation, and the use of the past in modern times have been hot topics in recent decades, there's a whole burgeoning field called reception studies. This has been mainly the case in connection with Western colonialism and contemporary mass media representations of the past. This narrow focus, thinking about representations of pasts, misses the universality of the cultural exercise of representing the past and connecting with it. This conference employs the framework of interdisciplinary ancient studies, the study of the deep past of all societies, exploring the reception and representation of the past in present and ancient societies, removing the privileging of our contemporary temporal position by intertwining current and past explorations of the past, of any past, either the past from now or the past from a certain time in the past, treats the issue as a human cultural construction in all societies. So over the next 2 days, in addition to our 3 wonderful keynote speakers, we're excited to have 20 presenters who will give academic presentations about representations of the past in ancient and modern times. Our presenters come from numerous spheres of life. They are independent researchers, PhD students and candidates, university and community college lecturers, high school teachers, archaeologists, and art historians. Before we start the conference, I'd like to go over the schedule a little bit, so everybody will know what to expect going on. Would you mind sharing the schedule if you could on your screen? So the way the conference works is that there are 3 types of sessions. There are presenter sessions, keynote sessions, and special sessions. The presenter sessions are the bread and butter. They are our presenters talking about their scholarship. Each session is 30 minutes long. About 20 minutes is scheduled for the presentation and 10 minutes for Q&A. The keynote sessions last an hour and also have featured Q&A at the end. And then there's one special session that's going to take place tomorrow about archaeogaming. For each of these sessions, we ask everyone who is viewing to actively participate in the session. And the way you can do that is by submitting your questions and comments in the chat box wherever you're watching the conference, and then they will be posed to the presenters at the moderator's discretion. Also, please feel free to discuss the conference on Twitter or X using the hashtag OAW conference. That stands for Opening the Ancient World. And let me explain the format of how we present this to you. The conference is live streaming to you through a number of different channels. You can be watching this on SASA's webpage, saveancientstudies.org/virtual-conference, but it also is streaming on SASA's social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our Twitter, and also on our wonderful partner social media pages, Digital Hammurabi's YouTube, World History Encyclopedia, Voices of Ancient Egypt, World of Antiquity, Perhe Studios, New Classicists, History with Kaylee, and Historia en 5 Minutos. We thank our live streaming partners and applaud their role in bringing quality ancient studies content to their viewerships. So, welcome to the conference. We're so happy to have you all here today. Please pop in and out of the conference all day, today and tomorrow, and join us wherever you are watching. I'd like to send things back to our moderator, and we'll get started with our first little presentation.